Okay, today we're going to talk about. Now, first off, welcome back. Thank everybody for coming back and listening to my videos. We're looking at the Rossi Ranch Hand today. Both of these Rossis are in 38 357 mag. The top is the Rossi rifle, 92 rifle. Now that is the older rifle when they were still made by Rossi, and that gun was imported by Inter Arms back in 1990. That's a new 1990 never fired Rossi there. The rifle. The Rossi Puma, actually. It says it's got the Puma in the receiver. Why I have that here. I was watching a video of a guy talking about making his Rossi into a ranch hand because they don't sell these no more. And he's correct. It's cheaper to buy a new Rossi rifle and cut it down than it is to buy a used ranch hand. Even if you have to pay the extortion $200 tax stamp. But this was the very first Rossi ranch hand I ever seen. I was on Gunbroker. It was $3.99 and shipping. I think $35 shipping. I was the only person bid on it. While I was waiting on it to get to my FFL, I started doing research on it. Everybody was stating that they all shot high. And sure enough, when I got this, it shot high. And the problem was, when they left the originals, if you look, I got a different back sight. With the back sight, the ramp back sight, and the front sight being the same, you didn't have the right radius between your sights. What everybody was doing, they was putting this great big ugly tall front sight on to bring your gun down. And I had bought this nice holster for it. There was no way it was ever going to fit in there with that big tall sight. So I went the opposite way. I took the sight off of a Ruger 1022, moved it down the barrel, where you see those type ramp sights take you way up the barrel. Actually, look how much higher that is than the top of your sight here. I put this on, took it out and shot it dead on. Never even had to adjust it from 22 to what the rifle was. Never had to touch adjustment screw on it. And you talk about cutting these down. If you was going to take a rifle and make it into one of these pistols, you get your stamp, you're going to do that, or I don't know, maybe someday it'll be legal to do it without a stamp, I'm not sure. But what I was looking at, no matter what you do, you're going to have a grooves filed in your barrel and your mag tube on the end for this screw to go in for your band. And you're going to have a detent in the bottom of your barrel for this screw for your end cap of your mag tube. Plus, you're going to have to do something about a sight, a dovetail. Where I'm looking, if you went back and got a front sight band for the older Rossi that was still made by Mando Rossi in Brazil, the sight is in the band. So if you had one of these style bands, you'd still have to file the barrel and the mag tube and put the detent in the barrel, but you'd have your front sight. I don't know how far that would slide back on the barrel. That would be the only problem. That might be a problem. That might not slide back far enough. That barrel cut that much. I didn't get my micrometer out. But that's a thought to think about. Your sight would be your biggest problem unless you had a tool to dovetail. And like I say, that's a sight to come with this gun. You'd have to add, like I say, hell, that much more onto that sight to make it where it would hit. This 1022 sight, I thought, oh, what was that one? It worked perfect. Brought it down the barrel just enough. I was going to bring out, I got a set of gold rings for it. And I got a piece of steel to make a brass butt plate. A little bit thicker than this. That I haven't made the butt plate yet. I haven't put these on. My dog hates to hear me talk. He barks the whole time I'm talking on my videos. Like I say, this is the 1990. Still was made by Rossi before they sold. I know this one's made by, who the hell is it? Taurus. Taurus makes these. I think it says Taurus on it somewhere. Rossi 38, 357 mileage. I know it says Rossi on it somewhere. I'm sorry, I had these guns, I shouldn't have been touching them. I had these guns all on safety caulk, and I had checked them that they were empty. I was actually planning on not touching them, but I did. Now I know that you got to watch. Cutting off your stock would be okay, but if you was going to try to find, and I had a set of these and sold them. I don't know where the hell I got them or how I got them, but I did have a set and sold them of the ranch hand grips and forearm. I got them in a deal one time, a bunch of stuff I bought. But these stocks are hard to find to fit. If you go to a video, in Canada it was legal to put a stock on these. And you go to a lot of videos of guys in Canada put stocks on them, and they all had trouble finding a stock to fit. For some reason, these Rossi's and changing stocks. I believe, like I say, this is a top one's original Rossi. This is a Taurus. I think there's somebody made it in between. I'm not sure. You'd have to, if somebody knows, let me know. But these are a nice little gun. 200 feet beer bottles I can pick off, no problem. I put this on my cheek and shoot it like that. There's no kick, I'm shooting 38s in it. I loaded myself. I know I watched a video of AR American where he's talking about, I watched one video, he said he would never pay $200 for a tax stamp. And then another video, he was considering it. So, hey, we all change our minds. But hey, check out his sites. He's got a lot of interesting stuff. He's into a lot of things I am. Mausers, he's had some dealing in Mausers, and I see he made a, let me get mine to sit down here. He took a, it isn't an A5, he took a Remington 11, I think it is, and made it into, he cut the barrel and put a sight on it. And he made a real long handguard. That was the difference. His handguards were long. And some people liked it, some didn't. I thought it was okay. This one here, when I got it, the stock was cut off. They tried to make a whippet gun. Clyde Barrows, Bonnie and Clyde, called these a whippet gun. When he cut them, he would cut them off illegally short, and then he'd cut them off short back here, and they would put a piece of leather on them to hang it off your shoulder, and you could whip it out from under your armpit, like, you know. But these have a big long piece of metal goes back and then the stock bolt. So somebody cut the stalk off, like right here. And it felt terrible. So when I got it, I actually added a piece of a Remington. I believe it says Remington on that butt plate. I got it pretty close too, if I could get this to move it. For just taking two and setting them together, I thought it did pretty good for a 10-minute fix. This used to have a butt plate on it, it broke off. But he's into the Remington 11, I think it was. Kind of similar to my, this is a Savage 750 12 gauge. Works on the same procedure as the A5 or the Remington 11. I think Savage made 2 or 3 different versions of this copy. This one seems to work good. It had a poly choke barrel on it I cut off. If it would have been an A5, I wouldn't have done that, but hey, this was an old Savage, you know. I was going to do some kind of coating on it and never did. Alright, I'm going to cut this video short. It's getting long. Everybody have a good one. There's my holster for my ranch hand too. Hope everybody enjoyed my videos. I did get your email there, AR and AR American, and I did send you one back confirming it was me. Okay, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Everybody have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next one.